carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
So, Gina, we've got to give our tutor some feedback on how we feel about the course now we've come to the end of our second year. Is it okay with you if we have a chat together before we go and see him?
Sure, Charlie.
So, did you choose this university to do performance arts because it's got such a good reputation? That's what hooked me in.
Well, there are other good places which I also considered, but when I looked into things further, I was impressed by the connections this course has with a whole range of theatres of different types. So, even though I was tempted to go and study abroad, I decided to come here in the end.
And you don't regret it?
No, it's been brilliant, especially the options this year. The body and dance option I did for this term has been particularly stimulating.
I'm sorry I didn't go for that one too. But I did dance and drama, which was brilliant too. I think the most valuable option I've done was the movement analysis course we did in the first year.
Absolutely. It's provided a great foundation for all our other work since then. So let's talk about our work experience last summer. You went to Finland, didn't you?
I think the most valuable option I've done was the movement analysis course we did in the first year.
Absolutely. It's provided a great foundation for all our other work since then. So let's talk about our work experience last summer. You went to Finland, didn't you?
That's right. I was at their National Ballet Theatre. I didn't get the chance to go on stage, but I helped out with sewing clothes for current productions and even with designing some for future shows. It was brilliant. I got to know a lot of students studying at the local dance school, and I may get the chance to go back there next summer.
I've been offered more work at the place where I was working in Canada.
Great. So what do you think you gained most from the experience? I think I've got much better at controlling my stress levels.
For me, it was probably the fact that I learned a lot about collaborating with others rather than working independently. I was lucky to be able to do that in a situation that wasn't too stressful. Also, I had to organise my time well, but I've always been reasonably good at that.
That's good. So we've got quite a few things ready to say to our tutor. It'd be a good chance to ask him any questions we have too, of course.
I also think it could be helpful to discuss our future plans. For example, what we're planning to do our dissertations on.
Sure. I was unsure about whether to focus on globalization in dance or on stage design. I did an essay on globalization in my first year and really enjoyed it. But then I saw a spectacular production at the Royal Opera House, and that settled me on stage design. I know another student who's planning to work on that too, so we can discuss things together a bit.
Okay, that could be useful. I'm planning to do something on current trends in contemporary dance for my
too. But then I saw a spectacular production at the Royal Opera House, and that settled me on stage design. I know another student who's planning to work on that too, so we can discuss things together a bit.
Okay, that could be useful. I'm planning to do something on current trends in contemporary dance for my dissertation.
That sounds pretty challenging. It's a big topic. It might not be easy to organise in a coherent way.
I've thought about it quite a lot, and I think that'll be okay. And I feel confident about how to write a longer piece of work. I'm in a bit of a panic, though, about how I'll get through all the literature. There seems to be so much. Hopefully, it won't all be relevant.
Quite.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 27 to 30.
So have you made any career plans yet?
I'm still undecided. I've thought about performance, of course.
Yes, I think lots of graduates from here take that route. But it's a hard life, involving lots of tough, repetitive practice, as well as actually appearing on stage.
Yes, but the performance I've met know that's essential for the job and say they wouldn't change what they do for the world.
I know lots of graduates go into education, teaching at various levels, but that means doing some kind of post-grad certificate. But I think it would be interesting, rewarding work.
I was wondering about theatre management as a possible option.
That's what our tutor did before he got into teaching, isn't it?
Yes, but he said he quickly realised it wasn't for him. He wasn't earning enough to live on.
I can imagine his communication skills are better than his business skills as well. Marketing's a possibility, of course.
Sure. I've read something saying it can be an interesting career, though I don't think many graduates go for this. But that might mean there's not so much competition, as in many other fields of dance.
Right. So, now shall we make a list?
That is the end of Part 3. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers to Part 3.